Hey guys, this is Naji Assafiri on the Business Club. Whether you're an employee, a business owner, a fresh graduate, a student, or anyone that is seeking career and business tips, this is the show that will guide you to your goal, to achieve a better you, a more informed you, and give you a new perspective on things. And now, let's get down to business. Today we will be mainly talking about, is depression affecting your business? We will also interview Paria Pourmozafari, who is the CEO of VentiFact, and she will share with us her experience in being an owner and starting her own company. And we will also share with you the success story of Walt Disney. All of that and more after this break. And we're back, everyone. So let's start with our topic for today's business club. So this is the question: is depression affecting your business? Do you feel like you have employees that are depressed? Do you feel like you are depressed? Do you feel that the situation around you in the community is depressing? And is it affecting your business? Well, here are some tips to change that. To get the depression out of your company and out of your business, because we all know how much it can affect a business owner if his employees or his staff or himself is not in the right mood. We have to have the right mindset and we have to be in the good mood to do our best at what we do. So here are some tips for you. First, make sure your business is a great workplace. So basically, you need to make sure that the place that you're working in is a good place. How? A depressed mood may be triggered by stressful workplaces situations, including overwork, unclear job expectations, unpleasant working conditions, and a work-life imbalance. As an employer, you may be able to guard against these by creating a work environment that nurtures your employees so they can give you the best they have to offer. A great place to work is a global organization that identifies great workplaces around the world. Here's how it defines a great workplace from a manager's perspective. It's a workplace where you achieve your organizational objectives with employees who give their personal best and work together as a team or family in all of the environment of trust. From an employee's perspective, a great place to work is defined as a place where you trust the people you work with or for, you have a great pride in what you do, and you enjoy the people you work with. So let me ask you this, as a business owner, if you are listening to us, does your company fit these two definitions? If not, what can you do to improve it? The culture and workplace conditions. Here are a few questions to ask yourself. Are all your employees treated with respect? Do people feel supported both personally and professionally? Do people feel safe? Can they be sure their manager is out to help them and not hinder them? Is there transparency in daily dealings with employees? Do people feel valued and appreciated for their efforts? Do people feel listened to? And can people rely on their manager's fairness in dealing with them? So these are the points that you need to ask yourself. If you answered all of them yes, then great job. You have a great workplace and you are taking care of very well of your employees. Now let's go back to the main topic. Is depression affecting your business? Number 2, understand subthreshold depression. See, there are many types of depression and this is one of them. So it is the form of depression that does not meet the diagnosed criteria for a major depression but can still affect a person's ability to perform their daily duties. Symptoms include feeling depressed for 1 or 2 days a week without having been formally diagnosed as being depressed. Despite a lack of diagnosis, the group shows significantly higher rates of absence and productivity loss compared to those who report rarely feeling depressed. Traditional medical services focus on treating serious conditions such as full-blown depression. This means that those who suffer subthreshold depression may not get the proper attention and may suffer without relief. But you can help these employees and prevent the condition from deteriorating, and this is by Dr. Richard Bedrosian. He recommends digital health coaching. So what is digital health coaching? It innovates for this group, which involves behavior change interventions delivered through technology. Unlike static web content, Bedrosian says digital coaching provides a behavior change plan tailored to each user's unique demographic and physical profile, thereby increasing relevance and efficiency. Number 3, on how to treat depression and not let it affect your business. Know how to offer help to a depressed employee. There are 2 parts to offering help to an employee who may be struggling with depression. One can be to be first to ask them to tell you what you can do to help them. Workplace stress and wellness expert Mary Ann Bainton says asking the employee, "What can I do to help you be successful at your job?" is a sign of respect for the employee and for the employee's ability to consider solutions. As their employer, it also helps you to commit. As the employer, it also helps you to contend to whatever solution is adopted, since it will, in part, be created by the employee himself rather than mere compliance to whatever you recommend. The second part of the conversation is to raise your own awareness of helpful resources that you can have at your fingertips. In addition to crisis lines, hospital programs, and clinics, there are many support groups as well as community and other resources. You can also help employees by telling them about such resources. And number 4, help educate employees on self-care. You can't force employees to seek treatment. You can't, but you can introduce them to such resources as Live Your Life Well, a free resource offered by Mental Health America. The site gives individuals tips on maintaining a healthy lifestyle as well as valuable information on preventing depression. And last but not least, this may seem funny to some people, but psychologically, this is really true. This has been studied, and now I'll present it to you. The last way to get rid of depression from your work area and from your business and from your company is use full spectrum light bulbs. Now, someone might be listening and say, light bulbs? Really? I don't think that will affect anything. Well, listen to this research. One of the simplest and less costly things you can do is to ensure that your workplace is well lit. Some people suffer quietly from SAD, seasonal affective disorder, a seasonal depression that commonly appears in winter. SAD appears to be associated with a lack of bright lights. Even people that aren't affected by SAD, a well-lit workplace that mimics sunlight can contribute to a feeling of well-being for everyone. So guys, there you have it. These are the 5 tips on how to get rid of depression at your workplace. I hope you guys benefited from all this awesome and really useful information. And now we're gonna take a break and we'll be back with our guest, who is Paria Pourmozafari, the CEO of VentiFact. Stick around, don't change the channel, we'll be back right soon. Hey guys, and we're back on the Business Club. As I told you earlier, I have with me the CEO of VentiFact, Paria Pourmozafari. Hi, how are you, Paria?
I'm good. Hi, how are you, Naj?
I'm good. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
I really want to tell our listeners that don't know you, it's always very nice to have someone that started a company here and started an idea, and you can see from your work, because I personally follow your group and what you do. You can see the passion and your ambition in your work, and this is something very rare. And this, in my experience, this is a key thing for a good business, for clients to trust you, for your followers to trust you. And I think this is why it became the success it is. But let's start from the beginning. For the people that are listening and that don't know you, could you just tell them a bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Paria. Pourmozafari, if you want the complete name. I am 28 years old and I'm from Iran, and I've been living here for 4 years now. I came here on May 2014, and many times I decided to leave here, but no, I said no, I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to do something positive here, even before I leave. So I started with hotel industry here. It was a good experience. I was working in sales department, and then I kind of said, let's go for a new challenge after a year and a half. In 2015, I started with advertising agencies here. In both places, I got to know about event industry here. I got to know that usually events here are not managed by a specific kind of company. It's just managed by the person itself personally, or like maybe a travel agency or maybe an advertising agency. There is no actual event agency here. Even though, people told me you're not going to succeed, and this is a new idea. You're going to take time for this. You have to make the culture first. They have to trust you. They say, I can do it for myself. I don't need an event agency. But I said, okay, I don't really care about this kind of stuff. I want to have an agency who takes responsibility for all kinds of event activities. Because for me, event is not one thing. Event consists of many small things. And yes, people might be able to do it, but actually you might be doing some mistakes sometimes, or taking something not really serious, and then it comes as a big issue in the event. So there are many details that there should be something professional to do and take care of it. So I started with this idea, and operational wise, I was familiar with events when I was working in hotels, because we were hosting it.
Yeah.
Like many events from big companies, from, I don't know, maybe Toyota, maybe.
That's where you got the experience from.
Exactly. We were hosting them as hotel people. And then in advertising agency, we were organizing them, like how to really start planning for it. So this was the two sides of the event industry that I learned, and I came up with the idea to do it by myself. It wasn't easy. It wasn't really easy.
So basically what you're saying is, if for our listeners that might be listening to us right now and they are thinking about an idea, they want to start an idea, what you did is you identified the gap that is missing in the market. The market is, let's say, was Erbil or Kurdistan.
Exactly.
You saw that there's a gap, there's something missing, and you can do it. You can fill that gap and make something great out of it. And you saw that there's a missing service, and you supplied this missing service to the market, and that's how you started benefiting the community first, giving them this great service that you are supplying, which is organizing the events and bringing new ideas to these places.
Maybe I need to add one point here.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some companies having event suppliers. Like they have decoration stuff. They call themselves event management companies, or they have sound system. Like a lot of lighting system or different kinds of stuff which we need in events.
Yeah.
But usually, even though they have all those stuff and equipment, they can't really organize an event. I want to put a note here, like put into consideration that I want you to put this in consideration that we can't call them event management companies. They just have the things that somebody like me, who is organizing the event, will need those kind of stuff.
I am with you 100%. Like, let's say, for example, person A has $50,000. He bought the sound system, he bought the light system, and he bought a smoking machine. That does not make him an event manager or organizer.
Exactly.
Just because you supply the material doesn't mean you are the expert. Anyone can just buy the stuff and rent it.
Not to say bad things about those people. There are many of them here, and I really love to work with them.
Yeah.
But I want to say, usually people ask me, what do you have as an event manager?
Yeah.
I say, I don't need to have anything special, not an equipment, not something special.
Yeah.
I came to open this company to organize the events, like to put them all together. That's what I'm going to do. And it's not that easy that people think. Like they say, oh, okay, I'm going to do it by myself. Okay, guys, if you want to do it by yourself, it's fine. But usually we take care of everything from A to Z. We take care of the timing, the effort, the transportations, the all kind of details that you might take as a person who already has another job. You don't need really to waste time and energy and money in those kind of stuff. You just need to give it to us, and then we take care of it.
Yeah.
That's how we do the events.
You just reminded me of Jack Ma, and he's one of the stories I spoke about in the business club. He doesn't have storage rooms or stuff in his storage rooms that he's selling on his website. And when they asked, the people told him, this is stupid. You don't have the equipment, but you're still doing the service. And he said, I don't care if people think it's stupid, as long as people are using my company and benefiting from my service. So this is exactly what you are doing. You are giving a service, and a service that isn't really available here. Because this needs experience, it needs a very wide mindset to think outside of the box, and you need to be courageous to try a new idea because you have the possibility of failure as well. So it takes a lot of guts to do this. I want to ask you, what does Rentifact stand for? Does it stand for anything, or is it just a word you created?
Actually, it does, because here you can't open a company with a meaningless name, kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Okay.
it should have a meaning here.
Okay.
So when I heard that it's a long process to put a name for your company registration, they told me, don't go with one name. Just keep a list with you and maybe 20 names, and then go for the registration process. I said, okay. So another friend of mine told me that don't even choose the simple words, because they're already taken. So not only you should have a list, but also they should be 2 words or 3 words. Or if they're 1 word, they should be very special, and nobody could thought about them before. So what I did, I went to Google and I searched for strange but meaningful words in English.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Okay.
So it came it brought me a big list of difficult names, and they were really difficult to pronounce even. So I didn't want to choose those who are difficult.
Yeah.
Because I want people to actually be able to talk about my logo and my brand.
Exactly.
I chose some of them, like 5, 6 of them. But at the end, special thanks to the registration office who picked the Ventifact for me.
So what does Ventifact mean?
Ventifact means a kind of stone that has been reshaped in the desert.
Wow.
By wind.
Nice.
That's the meaning.
Okay.
It doesn't have anything to do with events. Yes. Well, but maybe the event that
you are reshaping
the
types of atmosphere.
Yes. I'm reshaping the event industry maybe in Erbil, yeah.
Well, that is great. What are the steps that people need to take to start their own company? Because I'm sure there are many steps you took. Do you need an office? Because this is what people think immediately. I need an office. I need, from the simplest thing, a laptop, a printer. I need this and that. So what are the things the steps you took to start the company?
I wish there was really a person who answered this question before I opened my company.
Yeah.
But actually, there is no answer for this question because
Okay.
here you don't actually read a lot of stuff, need a lot of stuff to start. You just need to pick a lawyer who does everything for you about the registration. You don't need to do anything. You just pay him to totally get done.
For the legal stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
everything done. And then at the end of the process, somebody should come and see where is your office located as Ventifact, as
Yes.
this company.
Yes.
So yeah, you have to actually have a logo or have a signage or sign, they say,
Yeah.
for that place, even if
Okay.
it's one room, one office, one big room, whatever. You just need to have a place and show them that you're going to work here.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It can be one desk,
Okay.
no matter what. That is necessary. And also you need actually 2 months, almost 2 months for the process of legal issues. And what else I can think of? Of course, if you want to have a professional work from the beginning, you're going to print a lot of office, production, like what they call it. Stamp is needed.
Okay.
Stamp should be there, of course.
Okay,
Which only the lawyer can get you.
Ah,
You
okay.
can't take it from anyone.
I think it costs around $200
Yeah,
to make a
yeah,
stamp.
yeah.
It's a bit expensive
Yes, it
for a
is.
small piece.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, now we're gonna take a short break and we'll be back with Miss Paria Pourmozafari. And we're back, everyone. This is Naji Assafiri on the Business Club. For the people that just joined us, we have our guest, Miss Paria Pourmozafari, with us here, the CEO of Ventifact, and she is talking about her experience with starting her company. Hi, Paria. It's good to be back with you again.
Thank you.
So now I want to ask you, what are the advantages and disadvantages of owning your own company? What are the things that you feel like you really wish that you didn't own a company? You wish you were just an employee because maybe you have too much responsibility on you. And what are the things that you see that make you happy that you are the CEO?
Of course, owning something is always making you feel good, right?
Yeah.
Like having something, owning the thing, it's always making you feel powerful. But of course, it has its own challenges. I can start from one, which is not really easy. When you want to do something like this, when you want to open a company, when you want to own a business, you have to take some risk, right?
Yeah.
For me, the biggest one was forgetting about getting salaries
Definitely.
every month, right?
Definitely.
It always feels good when you get something at the end of the month.
Yeah, definitely.
But for me, I really decided to forget about that in order to get my own business done. It's a big risk. Sometimes you might not even have anything at the end of the month,
That is true.
especially the first months of your work.
For your company,
So
yeah.
you have to have at least something saved or friends or family to help you if you need something
To
in the
lean back
beginning.
on, yeah.
Backup. But so far, that issue for me went well. I have my family beside me, my friends beside me. I have my fiance helping me a lot with the ideas, with financial issues. I don't have any problem with that. Yes, but it's challenging. It's not easy.
So so you have just mentioned the people that are supporting you. Do you think because a lot of people after they become successful, they don't mention these people and they say I did it by myself. So it's very nice that you mentioned that you did get support from
Yes.
friends and family. Do you think everyone should have this let's call it equation of support around them in order
It's
to
always
succeed?
good.
Yeah.
It's always good, but it's it again depends on you.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe you don't have anything, but you want to start from zero or maybe below zero.
Yeah.
And you can do it. I've heard a lot of stories from those people who started from under zero.
Yeah.
And they are successful now.
Okay.
So there's no problem with that. As long as you feel like strong enough to start and you know you can get this thing done, I think it's a good idea to start. But for me, I want to add another part of my experience, and for your audience, our audience. Before Eventifact, I actually started another company, which I don't name it now, with a partner who wanted me to be partner with him.
Okay.
And he told me that he's going to invest on the business and get all the financial issues done.
Yeah.
And I don't need to worry about anything. And I just need to manage.
Okay.
Because he liked my ideas. He liked my passion. He liked my experience, maybe.
Yeah.
We started working together, and it was good in the beginning, but I felt like there was a distance between us and our words that we talked before. Like,
Yeah.
things are not getting perfectly done between us. So I said,
understand.
okay, thank you so much for your support, but I think this way I can't continue. I should do it by myself alone.
What is the actual point where you reach and you take the decision of breaking a partnership or leaving a company or ending a project? What is the limit that you because we all have patience and we say, no, it's okay, I can handle this. What is from your experience?
For me, it's so easy. The answer is so easy.
What is it?
There are many things, but
Okay.
the most important one for me is to stick with your words when you do a partnership.
Okay.
When you're alone, the decisions are yours, right?
Yes.
You just keep going, and you might change a lot of times your ideas, your mind.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're alone. But when you start a partnership, sometimes your partner is trusting you. You don't need to make a contract between your partner and you, but everything is going well. You seem to be friendly. You seem to be trusting each other, and you say many things, many words, many decisions, many plans. And then after a while, nothing happens, and the person is not doing what he said or what she said before. That was one of my reasons that I broke my partnership. The
So,
biggest one, actually.
your biggest advice is stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan. If your partner trusts you, and don't make any contract because you are friends, this doesn't mean that they forget what you said before. So
Exactly.
this is very important. So yeah, I think I started alone was a good point. I decided not to have any partner again for the second time, even though I didn't have really financial support. But I wanted to start it. I wanted to tell people what is my idea. And after my idea is clear, people can come to me and say, okay, let's do this together as a project,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
But I want to be the owner myself.
Yeah.
That's it.
I understand. So a lot of people think that your fiance is your partner in the company.
That's right.
Is he your partner?
Yes.
Or are you owning the company by yourself?
I was owning the company,
Yes.
as I said now.
Yeah.
I wanted to start the initial stuff and have my own decisions, my own plans, get them done. And then after it's clear, anybody who's ready to help, I'm okay with it, as long as they stick with what they say.
Yeah.
So he started helping me, supporting me, even before he took any of the share. So that was really a good thing for me. Like,
Yeah.
he started helping me with many stuff. And after a while...
Unconditionally.
Yeah, unconditionally. And he was a partner in an NGO with another person. Like
Okay.
the same experience that I had before my own business.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew what's going to happen, you know? I wasn't waiting for him, but I was just alerting. I was kind of like alerting him, like, be careful. Partnership isn't easy.
Yeah.
Just be careful. Just
Yeah.
pay attention to things.
Weren't you scared that because of business you might lose him as your fiance, or vice versa, because he's your fiance you might have, God forbid, one day a fight and it can affect your business? Don't you think that in my personal experience, family business is the best, whether it's with your fiance or your father, but sometimes when you're that close, things can get a bit
Complicated.
sensitive and complicated.
Yeah, I will tell you my experience. So when I was working in the hotel industry, I was really sensitive to things happening between colleagues, right? I was taking everything personal. So after a while, my managers kept telling me, don't take things personal. Our relationship as friends, friends, it's different, and our colleague relationship is different.
Yeah.
So whatever I tell you, even if I shout at you at business time, in a business time, it's different. I might be kissing you and hugging you after the work time. So don't mix this together.
Don't mix it.
It took me a lot of time for me to learn this, you
Yeah.
know? And I really want to give this as a lesson to everybody. Just keep business aside, even if you're doing a family business.
Yeah.
Whatever happens in business is business.
Yeah.
And then you have your own personal life. Don't mix this together. Otherwise, you will be
So,
little bit confused.
for example, if your fiance came after the work hours and you are just on a date and he talked about business, would you stop him and tell him, let's not talk about that right now? Or
It hasn't
because
happened
it's very
yet.
hard to
Yes.
stop it from
So
happening.
so far, we actually didn't assign a specific time for business.
Okay.
So we are allowed to talk about business, mix it, and if we are not in the mood, we just say, let's not talk about it now.
Yeah.
But he's been busy recently, and I totally understand that. I don't want him to be really focusing on this. I'm taking care of everything. As long as he's busy with his own work, we're fine. And he helps whenever I want. It's not just he
That's
should be
great.
there every day, every
Yeah.
specific time. No, it's not like that. Actually, I'm in a level now that I can handle everything by myself and some of my employees. So he, as owner, he doesn't really need to be there anymore. He just supports from, the high level, like
That's great.
confirming things,
Yeah.
signing things. That's kind of.
That's great.
Yeah.
Share with us the most successful event that Ventifact has done. Briefly, where was it? What did you do? What was the idea?
We haven't had a lot of events so far, especially because I actually didn't mention this. I opened Ventifact not for a specific kind of events, because we have corporate events, we have private events, we have social events, we have charity events.
That is true.
I'm open to everything.
That's great.
Ventifact can do any kind of events. So we never say no to any kind. And we started with some companies. It's like we received requests from, again, I'm not going to name them because we never did the business, but we received a lot of requests from big companies in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it overlapped the timing after the referendum, and some of those companies actually canceled their business, canceled the projects.
That happened with everyone here,
Yeah.
with all the companies. You're
So we said, okay, now companies are not ready for this industry now. They don't want to invest on it. Okay, let's plan for some other social events,
yeah.
as long as the situation is like this. And we started from some events like Trivia Night, which
Okay.
is a night full of questions and answers and some games we added recently. We gather people together, they team up, and we ask them questions. And the winner, the team which is winning, they get some prize. And the money to enter this game is 5,000 Iraqi dinar, which
Okay.
is just going for charity. We don't
That's
do
great.
anything with it.
Yeah.
That's one of our successful events so far. We started it in November, first week of November, and so far we just continuing. We never stopped. And then we started some other game activity night the next night, which is Tuesday night, again in the same place, because they are supporting us so much. We like to support that place, which is T-Bar,
Yeah.
our best friends, actually.
So, hi to T-Bar.
Hi to T-Bar. Shout
Okay.
out to T-Bar. Ayaz and Gavan. And but the company events, I wanted to say, we had a very, very, very good event in December for LG company.
LG, okay.
Yes. They have been my client for a long time. Like Khoshnow, which is Khoshnow Group, which is the distributor of LG here.
Yeah.
They've been working with me since I was in the hotel. So they know me, they know my work, they know how I do the things. So yeah.
What kind of event was it? What did you do in the event?
It was a lunch event for
lunch
one of
event,
their
okay.
products, yeah.
Okay. What did you organize in the event?
Everything from A to Z.
Okay.
Venue reservation, decoration, sound system, light system, staging, catering, all
Time
kinds of stuff.
schedule,
Yeah.
yeah.
Time schedule, every time.
How was it?
It was good. It was
Yeah.
really good. We had really good feedback from the client. We even did the invitation for the guests and nobody can do this in Erbil.
Yeah, you also got the people.
Exactly.
That's great.
That's one of the differences that we have. Usually event organizers here, which are not really exclusively event organizers, but they do the events, they don't take care of this part of the event. They don't accept the invitation part, but we do. And we do it in a perfect way. Like if I just want to explain a little short.
Okay.
We start from emailing. We let them know about the event by email. And then we follow up with the phone, and we set an appointment with them. We go there. We take the hard copy of the invitation cards. We talk about the event with them, and then again make sure that they're gonna come a few days before the event.
That's
so
great.
it's a long process of
It's good
invitations.
follow-up, good
Yes,
structured.
that's very important.
Yeah. I also tried one of your events, which was the Christmas crawl. I personally tried it, and I can personally say it was very, very fun. It was well organized, well led by you, very interesting, something new. The idea was amazing. So I'm really happy that I had you on this episode,
Thank you.
and I really thank you for coming for all the information that you also shared.
You're welcome.
There are many people that are not this generous with their ideas and information, and are not confident to just share it to the public.
I
But-
just got used to it. So
Yeah.
if you want to have any other question, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
This is
just
great.
keep going.
You are great. Actually, I want to ask you many more questions, but unfortunately we have a strict time
Sure.
for the
No
interview.
problem.
But I will definitely have you again on the show,
I'm ready.
because your information is very helpful for our listeners.
Anytime.
Okay, so is there anything you'd like to say before we go to the break?
Just want to say be strong, keep going with your dreams, never forget about them until you get them done. That's all I want to say, especially to young people. Don't worry about money, don't worry about things, take risk, just keep going, you'll reach it.
And you heard it, guys, and that was the advice from Paria Pourmozafari. And she's telling you, take a risk, be courageous.
Yes.
And if you fail, try to find her and tell her it's because of you.
Yeah,
I'm
you
joking.
can have me.
But really, she is right. You need to take a risk in order to succeed. And I thank you again for coming on
You're
the show.
welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, guys, that was Paria Pourmozafari, the owner of Vintifact on the Business Club. Stick around, we will be right back after this song. And guys, we are back, and now it's time for the success story of Walt Disney. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview we did on the Business Club with Miss Paria. Every episode we will have a lot of people that will share their ideas and tips and methods with you. Now guys, let's start with Walt Disney. Walt Disney was born on December 5, 1901 in Chicago to Ellis Charles Disney and Flora Cole Disney. His childhood days were interrupted because his family moved from Chicago to Missouri and once again to Kansas City. He also worked as a newspaper boy, can you imagine that? To support his family and did not much time for school. Although he started the Park School of Marshallin in Fayette, but in 1909, together with his younger sister Ruth, in his free time he went to the theater, where he studied vaudeville. He was a big fan of Charlie Chaplin and loved drawing cartoons for school paper. When America entered the Great War, he showed his patriotism for his country and applied to join the army. Although he was rejected because he was only 16 years old, but he finally supported his country during the war by joining the Red Cross unit, where he worked as an ambulance driver. So guys, did you know about this? Walt Disney, the big successful man that we all know, had to work as a newspaper boy, and he served in the army. As this shows us, because I'm sure most of you know who Walt Disney is and where he got to, but this is showing us how he started and that it wasn't just a day and night process. Walt Disney's success journey Walt Disney always desired to become an actor, but later decided to draw political characters or comic strips for a newspaper. His brother Roy got him a job at the Persimmon Ribbon Art Studio, where he created advertisements for the newspaper, magazine, and movie theaters. At the studio, he met cartoonist Ub Lurks, and they formed the company Lurks Disney Commercial Artists, which was short-lived. So basically it closed down soon. Walt Disney was filled with wonder and delight for this business. While working for company, he created his own character, Laugh O'Grams, for which he actually borrowed a camera from the company. This was a success, and Disney's cartoon really got appreciation from Kansas City. And after this, he was in a position to acquire a studio, recruit his own animators, but he was not successful in paying high salaries for his employees. So he decided to move to Hollywood, for which he sold his camera in July 1923. He went to many studios, but nothing worked out, and he finally asked his brother Roy and his friend cartoonist Lurks to join him, and they together began the Disney Brothers Studio. He was looking for the idea of a character for his cartoon. He came up with an idea of a mouse which was called Mortimer. The name eventually changed to Mickey Mouse. So did you know this, guys? Did you know that Mickey Mouse is real? This first original name was Mortimer. I mean, Mortimer? That's a weird name, right? But Walt Disney got famous by Mickey Mouse. It was an introduction of sound which made Mickey Mouse among the most popular animated characters in the industry. By that time, every child loved Mickey Mouse. Then animation turned into reality with the release of Disney toys, caps, and dresses, which became popular and revolutionized the cartoon industry. He later worked on creating his cartoon world into reality for people. He came up with the idea of Disneyland, also called Disney Parks, which is a really success for his company. He is known for experimenting style of work, which made him incredibly successful. Walt Disney unfortunately died of cancer on 15 December 1966, 10 days after his 65th birthday. We all are aware of his success of the Walt Disney Company. This was the result of innovation, passion, and a passion in Walt Disney. He was a true hero of animation and cartoon industry, for which we all always loved and remembered. So you see, guys, success is, Walt Disney is rich, you know, he was rich. He had the money, but in the end, he had the money. But the beautiful thing about what Walt Disney gave the community is, he gave them something that will live forever. And that will make his name live forever. So as business people, we shouldn't always just think about the money. The money will come once we success, but it was his passion, ambition, and taking risk. He took a lot of risks, creating his own studio with little money to start with. He couldn't even pay his employees high salaries, but he did it because he had a vision and he had passion. And even after his death, his sad death, the way he died of cancer, his name will always be remembered. Okay, guys, and that was the success story of the Walt Disney. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been a great episode, and I hope you guys tune in for the next episode for next week on the Business Club with me, Naji Assafiri. Now we're going to have a break, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day listening to M Radio 105.5. Stick around for some good songs and good shows. If you guys are interested to find out more about M Radio, you can visit our website, mradioiraq.com. That's www.mradioiraq.com. Or you could check out our Facebook page, M Radio 105.5 FM. So guys, follow us on social media and you will get the best first-hand news about a lot of things that are happening, whether it's entertainment, whether it's news about the celebrities, or whether it's business tips. It's all, as well as health, all covered by M Radio. We thank you, our listeners, and we give you a salute. We value every single one of you. This was the Business Club.